Hello, it's Jen Nami Padgett with the Everyday Priestess Channel, and today, instead of taking a question, I am going to give you some of the best advice that I've received. I don't know if it's my top three, but it's three of my favorites in honor of my birthday. My birthday is in a few days, so this is the closest broadcast to that. So I thought I would just have a little fun today and wear some of my favorite things, some of the favorite gifts that I've received. Also, a shout out to my niece. It's her actual birthday today. She's 24, and happy birthday, Emma Lou. So let's just go ahead and get started. Some of the best advice that I've received in the last 50 years. One of them is, don't waste your time explaining yourself if someone accuses you of doing something that you didn't do. In the end, those who are meant to be in your life will come to find out the truth just by witnessing your character. Those who really don't want to know the real you anyway. This advice came from my grandma, and I believe I was under 10 years old. So this advice has been serving me for many, many years. What it meant to me is that I could really just stand in my own truth and that nobody else had to know, as long as I knew that I had done the right thing. I think I do have one little caveat now that I've lived this for more than 40 years. And it is that it doesn't mean that you never stick up for yourself or set the right record straight. Sometimes you just have to cut through all the bullshit that people have spinning, and if you can solve something very quickly by doing that, then absolutely do that. You don't have to remain silent and standing in your own truth. It is your own truth, but share that with others. So if the opportunity arises, do that. The second is look at the big picture when making a tough decision, especially if you're wondering what others will think. What will this matter 5 years or 10 years from now to them and to you? I don't think this has ever failed me my whole life when I've come across a decision where that felt really gut-wrenching at the time. If I was able to just settle in and think about, okay, what is going to happen with this if I make this decision or this decision? How is it going to impact my life? Even just a few months from now, how will it impact my life? And will people remember the decision? This was really helpful advice to me, especially in my younger years when I started making some really tough decisions. So in my late teens, all through my 20s and 30s. I still use it today, but I'm not as worried so much about how it will impact others when I make a decision that's, potentially right or wrong for me. Just take the time, even if you have to write it on a piece of paper, and just figure out, visualize, what will things look like? And if you're worried about what other people think, then what are they going to think 5 years from now, 10 years from now? How will it really impact their life? And I think for me, from that perspective, it really allowed me to make good quality sound decisions for myself throughout the years. So I hope that advice will serve you as well. And I think the number 3 advice that I've received over the years, or I don't know if I guess it is advice because I think I received it from the ethers. If you're on go mode all the time, try to switch it to slow. This is advice I'm actually still working on for myself because I have been a chronic overdoer and beer of all things. And I had to get some pretty hefty autoimmune conditions to start start considering the slow, slow, slow. I've done a lot over the last 5 years, and I really have to consciously stop myself from raising my hand to volunteer for stuff. And I'm at a much more manageable pace now, but it's something that I've had to practice, and I still have trouble with, just because I spent so many years in that mode. And I know a lot of us are in that mode because that's kind of like, what society expects of us, is that, we're accomplishing, we're learning, we're doing all of these things at a breakneck speed. And that's not what a life of fulfillment and enjoyment is really all about. So, and it's also, if you notice, like, this broadcast only happens every 2 weeks, because that's what makes it manageable for me. And I now only do my herbal product drops on a quarterly basis, because that's what makes it manageable. And it helps with the flow of my life and really making me feel content. And again, like I said, because I spent so many years in the go, go, go mode, I have to constantly check myself on that. So I'm hoping, if you're out there feeling the same way, that you'll consider the slow, slow, slow. And that's the 3 big pieces of advice that came to me for now. I've had many good pieces of advice over the years, and I'm so thankful and blessed for all of that. I will share that maybe sometime on another broadcast of Dear Nami. But for now, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to work with me individually, all of my information is down below in the comment or in the description of this video. Right now, I'd like to send out, excuse me, universal prayers and call in the energy of Venus for all who are watching, and for who and with whom I've been working with for a lot this year. She who has love and boundaries. Thank you. And thank you to Phelan for your astro chart reading and suggestion for calling her in earlier this year. Venus, thank you for the gifts you've shared with me, and please assist those watching. Sorry, getting a little choked up. Please assist those watching with your wisdom, insight, strong character, and love. Thank you so much. Be in touch with me if you'd like, and I will see you on the next Dear Nami. Blessings to all.